Good afternoon everybody and welcome to Edgeley Park, home of Stockport County for this pre-season friendly against Salford City and Stockport. The team just making the way out on a very stormy and blustery afternoon in SK3. Out onto the pitch, some familiar faces amongst the hosts as well. We'll start with their team. In goal is Ben Hinchliffe, James Jennings, Liam Hogan, Ash Palmer, Lois Maynard, Adam Thomas, John Rooney, Richie Bennett, Connor Jennings, Jordan Williams and Jamie Stott is Jim Gannon's starting 11 for this afternoon's match. As for Salford, his first look at new goalkeeper Václav Hladký. The back three, Tyler Golden, Jordan Turnbull and Dan Jones, with fullbacks Liam Laughlin and Dan Hawkins. In the middle, Martin Smith is alongside Alex Denny, and it's a front three of Luke Armstrong, Bruno Andrade and former Hatter Danny Lloyd. On the bench for the Ammies, Hayden Evans, Alex Doyle, Mo Torre, Tom Elliott, Oscar Threlkeld, Ibu Torre and Brandon Thomas Asante. Stockport in their royal blue shirts will get this game underway, kicking from right to left. Salford left to right in the red training shirts, white shorts and white socks. In a couple of years since this fixture has been played, referee Peter Gibbons gets this underway for the first time since January 2018. Like so, Stockport's kick-off. It's their third game of pre-season as they prepare for second season in the National League. Recognisingly missed out on the playoffs last season on points per goal, and I think somewhat frustratingly for them, Barnet had a number of games in hand which they were given the benefit of the doubt of, games which were postponed due to the condition of the pitch. So maybe they should have had a crack at the playoffs. They haven't, but they've spent well. They've recruited very strongly, and with experienced National League players coming into this side. Look at the likes of the Jennings brothers, Maynard and Hogan, both won promotion with Salford a couple of years ago. John Rooney won it with Barra last year, so it will be a force to be reckoned with. I'm going to throw in here on the left-hand side, and it's James Jennings with the ball in hand. There's his brother infield, Connor, who joined from Tranmere Rovers earlier in the summer. He's won promotion from the National League. In fact, both of them have. James with, Connor with Tranmere, and James has previously with Mansfield Town. Plenty of experience there for Jim Gannon. He'll look to deliver a free kick from the left-hand side in a very deep position. So James Jennings will have a go. He reaches the top of the area, out towards the back of the box. It's just over hit for Adam Thomas. Goes out for a Salford throw down in the left-back position. Dan Jones jogging across to take. 0-0, just a couple of minutes played so far in this game. This is Salford's fourth pre-season friendly ahead of kick-off in just under 2 weeks' time. Rotherham United visit on Saturday the 5th of September. That will be available on a live stream for £10 to watch in the Carabao Cup first round. Those championship opponents, if you head to the website, it's now up there on the fixtures with a few more details. Stockport have to wait a bit longer for their kick-off. The National League due to commence a few weeks after Sky Bet League 2. It's Hinchliffe places the ball down and kicks it upfield. He's kicking with the wind in this first half as things stand. Armstrong loses out to Palmer, and Stockport back in possession now. In the middle with Jamie Stott, formerly of Oldham Athletic, another summer signing for Jim Gannon. Now Salford trying to get some possession. Smith with the ball down the right-hand side, just too much on it for Dan Hawkins. Seen a couple of glimpses of him so far in pre-season, coming on as a striker substitute. This afternoon he's in a right wing-back position. Salford for now look a bit more like a back four. Stockport with this goal kick. Hinchliffe moving over to the right hand side to take. Any background noise will be underneath the flight path of Manchester Airport. So that's something to contend with throughout the afternoon. Hinchliffe, all in purple, sends the ball long upfield, looking for the head of Richie Bennett. Played forward, turn ball away, and then Denny in the middle, heads out to the left to Andrade. Ball down and played forward by Liam Laughlin into Luke Armstrong. Looked like he was shoved firmly in the back there by Ash Palmer. Ball out on the far side for a throw in to Salford. 0-0. 4 minutes played here at Edgeley Park. Very strange being here with no atmosphere as it has been throughout pre-season. Usually a ground that's very lively, very passionate fans in Stockport, even throughout the non-league troubled years. Been showing the support in the Cheadle end. Does get going when it does, but no one here to witness this afternoon. So it's just down to the streaming capabilities of either club. Probably not an afternoon away fans would want to be in that away end, the railway stand. Still no roof on it, as Liam Hogan gives the ball away to Luke Armstrong, and Salford look to punish Martin Smith in the middle. His path out blocked by Connor Jennings. Finds Dan Jones. Jones up to Armstrong, but a loose touch towards Andrade. Stockport clears. Headed away by Turnbull, straight to former Ammie Lois Maynard. Out to James Jennings, who's attempted pass forward, blocked by Dan Hawkins, and bounces out into the stand for a throw-in to Stockport County once the ball's come back. Right down in front of us, Jennings with the number 3 shirt. Goes back to Stott, and Stott over into the middle to Palmer. Takes a touch out in front of him. Luke Armstrong gives chase. Palmer out to the right-hand side now. Infield it goes to Connor Jennings, and brought down in the middle by John Rooney, wearing the number 8 shirt. We would have been used to seeing Sam Walker in. He's amongst the substitutes. Another former Salford midfielder as Stockport look to get in behind here. Richie Bennett lays it off for Connor Jennings, slips the ball through. It's a good save by Hladky. Now Dan Hawkins bringing possession away for Salford. First chance of the game came from a little bit of a drop in concentration from Tyler Golden, former Wigan Athletic man. He's been signed with the development squad, playing on the right hand side of the back 3. So Stockport will have a throw here. James Jennings doesn't quite get it back off Lois Maynard. He's wearing number 6 this afternoon, the St Kitts, former St Kitts international. So throw on the right, back to Hladky. Hladky out into the path of Dan Jones. First look at the former St Mirren man for Ammie supporters. It's another ball from Stockport, goes into the area. Bennett trying to hold off Turnbull. Turnbull chasing Bennett out. An important touch there from Smith. Possession comes into Andrade, can't get past his marker. Stockport work it back to Maynard. Maynard out to Hogan on the right hand side. It's the 4th club now those two have played at together. Halifax, Tranmere, Salford, and now Stockport. Common factor, all of those have been at some point in the National League. Here's Golden to Hawkins, back to Golden. Golden in field to Smith. Maybe didn't get as many minutes as he would have hoped last year. Came later in the summer. It's a good ball forward by Salford into the area. Lloyd giving chase. And then it's closed down by Hawkins as James Jennings tried to clear. Throw from Stockport deep on the left hand side. Jamie Stott to take. Outfielder goes. Bennett using his height, flicks that ball on. It's chased by Jordan Williams. But Turnbull gets it back to Hladky. Just notices the captain's armband on Jordan Turnbull. We'll be hoping to get a good 90 minutes in. Featured in all 3 pre-season friendlies so far. Graham Alexander tries to work out his centre-back options. No Ash Easton or Tom Clark today. There's a number of main Salford players not involved. As Luke Armstrong maybe unfortunately flagged offside by lineswoman on this near side, Emily Carney. Palmer steps up off the free kick as Hinchliffe comes out to take a long-serving player here at Edgeley Park. He's been with them for a vast number of seasons now. Signed a full-time contract in the summer. Stockport aiming to return to the Football League. Forward, his free kick goes back into the area in Golden. Clears it high upfield. Hogan heading it back forward. Flicked on in the middle by John Rooney. Maynard now on the ball. Looking out to the left-hand side. Pulls it back for Stott. Stott over to Palmer. Stockport trying to play high. Push further. They've certainly dominated possession in the opening 9.5 minutes so far. One of the things Jim Gannon was saying in post-match interview from the weekend was actually conducted yesterday is that he wanted his side to feel a bit more like they're in control of games. They've only played the two so far against Fleetwood Town and Rochdale. Lost both 2-0. That's what he's looking for out of today's game. His comments were around he expects Salford to be a physical side. Look at Andrade, Lloyd, Smith, Armstrong. They're not the more physical players. So they're on the bench. The likes of Tom Elliott certainly will be a handful. He comes on and plays a part in this game. Hinchliffe now with the goal kick forward. Headed out by Liam Laughlin. Bats off the top of the Danny Bagara stand on the opposite side from us. Just see Jim Gannon at the moment up in the stand, taking his seat again. Watching on from a higher vantage point than he usually would on the touchline. It's Palmer with a good ball through. Picks out Connor Jennings, turning to move forward. Finds James Jennings on the left, up against Hawkins. Does well to shadow him out of play. And the free kick, throw in, does go in favour of Salford City. Give on the right hand side. Golden be the man to take it. Just directing where wants Hawkins and Denny. Salford need to try and establish some control on this game as Armstrong flicks a throw in on and then chases it. Band's holding back his lockdown locks. Rooney plays the ball forward, well chested away by Dan Jones. The two former Barrow men. It's played forward down the left by, I think that was Smith. Finds Armstrong. Now Andrade on the left hand side trying to find a way into the area, twisting and turning, and then he gets a good cross in, flashed across the face of goal just in front of Lloyd and Hawkins, who join the attack. Goes out for a throw in, or might be a goal kick rather, to Stockport County. Still 0-0. 12 minutes played for anyone just joining us. Again, good afternoon from a drizzly Stockport. Weather changing quite often here. High winds expected. And quite an open ground as well, Edgeley Park. Got the presence of the Cheadle end away to our left hand side. And it's open at the other. So the weather can breeze and gust through at will. Here's Hinchliffe with the goal kick, using the wind to his advantage. Headed away by Denny and challenging, losing out to Richie Bennett. Williams wins the ball back. Maynard out to James Jennings, back to Maynard and back one more to Stott. Stott back to Palmer as Lloyd gives chase on his former turf. Palmer striding forward now, up into Connor Jennings, out to Hogan, back in the middle to Palmer, and Palmer playing the ball across to Stott. Very patient in possession here, Stockport, trying to work Salford, move them out of position. That 5-2-3, very visible at the moment, so Salford hold the shape. Armstrong always playing as the false nine. In the middle, it's quite a flat front line at the moment as the ball does go through from Stockport, dealt with by Golden. He passes back to Haladki, all in green this afternoon. Not too much to do apart from that early save from close range. Golden again plays it back to Haladki. trying to throw off the closing down Jordan Williams, and does find the pass out to the left-hand side. Andrade back to Smith, up into Lloyd, now back to Golden. Armstrong makes the run up front. Golden plays the ball and it comes off awkwardly from Jamie Stott. Armstrong was chasing out to the right, so allows Palmer to recoup possession for Stockport. It's now with Hogan back in the middle into Palmer again. Palmer again out to Stott. I won't be surprised if the stats so far show a lot of completed passes amongst the back, as Williams is flagged offside by the linesman over on the far side, Alex James. Be a free kick for Salford. Score still 0-0, and chances still at a premium here at Edgeley Park. Haladki ring to take the free kick. Yellow gloves and a shade of yellow boots to go with. Sends the ball forward, looking for Armstrong. It is glanced on. Lloyd giving chase. His former teammate Hinchliffe just about gets there. Plays the ball out for the throw into Salford as the ball bounces around that enclosure away to our right-hand side. Stockport clear. Williams can't get past Turnbull. Free kick given against Salford though. Foul by Golden on halfway. Stockport with play back underway. Long it goes forward. It's an offside call against Jennings on this left-hand side. Free kick for Salford. Golden places it down and looking for his options. Denny wants it short if possible. Be teammates in the development squad. Haladki comes up to take the free kick instead, sends it long straight through into that Stockport penalty area. That's an easy claim for Hinchliffe. Pulls the ball out in front and sends it back long the other way. Spinning up, Jones gets up high, heads away from Bennett. And Maynard tidying up at the back, picks out Rooney. And lifting the high ball to the left-hand side. Just drops down thanks to the winds in time for James Jennings. He's pulled back for Stott. Stott plays it down the left. Can't find a teammate in a blue shirt. Rolls through. It's out for a Salford goal kick. Ladke didn't let it go out actually. Pillar out to our left-hand side. Couldn't quite see behind. Salford do get the ball forward. Armstrong with a firm shove in the back from Palmer. Referee lets that one go. Now Maynard in the middle. Again for Stockport trying to control things. That holding midfield role we know he can play. Has also been used as a centre-back in pre-season by James Gannon. Salford win the ball back in the middle. Denny, former Everton youngster, moving forward steadily. Finds Smith to the right-hand side. Smith now to Lloyd, takes a touch in field. He wanted the pass for Armstrong. Armstrong made a run instead to create the space for Lloyd to run into. Bit of miscommunication between the pair there. And Stockport now looking to break. Jordan Williams on the left finds Jennings in field. Jennings with a swung cross, deflected nastily off Jordan Turnbull. And Haladki at full stretch to his right hand side tips this away around the post. It'll be a corner for Stockport. A very unfortunate way to go behind. In the 19th minute here at Edgeley Park. I think that's the first real chance of note. It's coming from the left from Rooney, lifted high towards the back post, headed back across by Liam Hogan. Out behind the Salford goal will be a goal kick to the visitors. Similar looking set piece to something we saw at Salford last year. Across the back post, headed back into the middle by Hogan. Got a good ability to hang in the air, the 30-year-old. Hands on hips at the moment. Ladke prepares the goal kick. Lifted out to the right, too much on it from Salford. Struggling to really find much rhythm so far in this game. James Jennings back to Stott. Seems to be a very fluid back five for Stockport, really. It's a back three of Hogan, Palmer and Stott, I figure, with Jennings over on the right hand side. Ladke preparing a goal kick. Plays it short and quick to Turnbull. Turnbull up to Dan Jones. Sorry, it's Adam Thomas in that right wing back position. So it's matching each other up at the moment with the 5-2-3s. Ladke in the area looking for his out. Decides to go long. Armstrong watching the ball down. He does head it in field. Hogan gets there ahead of Andrade. And turns away from the Portuguese and finds Maynard. Andrade still chasing. Stockport work it out, but it's given away by Stott to Golden. Golden into Loughlin. Nicely works as Armstrong finds Loughlin on the overlap. Still going, Liam Loughlin. Plays it across to Smith. Under pressure from Bennett, but Dan Jones then picks up possession. Step up in intensity from Salford. And a misplaced pass from Dan Jones. It's given straight away to John Rooney. Now Lois Maynard taking over possession in the middle. Rooney back to Stott. Back into Palmer in the middle. The outlet's Maynard. Maynard back to Hogan. Hogan across into Palmer. Now Palmer looking to move forward. Pass out to the left hand side. Gets it back off Stott. And then through the middle into Rooney. National League Player of the Season, as decided by the non-league paper last year. 20 goals as Barrow promoted to join us in League Two. But he's never leaving for Bolton. After doing that, they've now got David Dunn in charge. He's the person who will bring the Bluebirds back to the Peninsula during the season. First, though, we visit Barrow, December the 5th. Home game taking place on March the 13th. For the full fixtures, do head over to the website. Also, find the link from the homepage for the fixtures. Download them straight into your calendar via Recal to stay up to date. As Stockport break here, it's a wasted cross in the end from Connor Jennings. Straight out into the Cheadle end. It will be a goal kick again for Salford. Still 0-0, 23 minutes gone here at Edgeley Park. One thing Jim Gannon was saying, was echoing what I think everybody, all managers, have said so far. Players are going to have to get used to this sort of atmosphere. It's only the second game Stockport have played in this stadium. First friendly against Fleetwood was behind closed doors at their training grounds, taken over in Carrington. Again, that model, they're looking to go full-time, re-establish themselves as a Football League club. And National League promotion will be the target this year, as it was for Salford a couple of years ago, as Lloyd, now on the ball, lifts a pass out to the left and finds Dan Jones. Lots of red shirts forward as Jones finds Andrade. Out to the right hand side to Smith. Smith hooks the ball down the middle. Wasn't right, and again a frustrating looking Lloyd. I think just saying he wants it to his feet. It's Hinchliffe. This is the ball down, sends a very direct ball forward, which is dealt with by Golden. Brought down by Smith, and this time he does find Lloyd. Back to Smith, and then Smith with the ball over the top. Laughlin giving chase, blocked off by Stott. He'll put the pressure on Palmer. Palmer back to Hinchliffe, who's closed down by Armstrong. And gets the second ball clear to Smith. Took a look up. Hinchliffe just getting back into his net, and Liam Laughlin is flagged offside as he returns to pick up that Smith through ball. So still 0-0. Salford wrestling the way back into this game. Stockport not making it easy for them. I think Graham Alexander will know what he's looking for from this game. These players not had full run-outs yet in pre-season. Now there's actually been a slight change in formation as well, I think, too, for Salford. It's a more conservative 4-3-3. It's like Hawkins has gone out to the left, Laughlin's come over to this right-hand side. Maybe it's just the full-backs who've switched. Bruno Andrade dropping off in the middle, just playing in that hole. It's like a 3-2-3-2 at the moment for Salford. Denny and Smith holding. Here's Laughlin. Bounces a pass back to Golden. Golden with the ball over the top, contending against the wind. Does run off as Armstrong gives chase, but Palmer stands his ground. Lets that one go behind for the goal kick to our host this afternoon. One victory for Salford against Stockport. That came in August 2017. Nearly 3 years to the day, just 10 days short further on of being 3 years. Michael Nottingham and Anthony Dudley on the score sheet that Tuesday evening back at the Peninsula Stadium before the South Stand was completed. If I remember rightly, being on the old scaffold tower. The last meeting between the sides in January 2018 finished 2-2. That infamous Michael Nottingham equaliser in the 93rd, 94th minute. Still picture it here, Gus Mafuta, corner on the left-hand side, floated in. Then Nottingham, heading it down, came out towards the side to celebrate with the Salford fans who were taking cover in the stands we are currently in. So it's been a bit different between the sides since then. Stockport endured another year in the National League North, winning it in 2018-19. While Salford straight through the National League up into League Two. Stockport unable to quite emulate that, but if they can achieve promotion this season, I'm sure they'll still be a lot happier. Renewed investments as well coming in during last season. Big ambitions here, and no doubt within the next few years we will see Stockport return to League Two. It's Hinchliffe sends another ball forward, shoving the back on Dan Jones by Richie Bennett. Two former Bluebirds over there. There'll be a free kick for Salford. It's Jones with his top rolled up across his chest. Pulls it down now as he gets the ball back off Smith. Back to Turnbull. Had a bit less to do in the last few minutes, which you might be happy about. Salford taking a bit more control of the game. Dan Jones attempts an ambitious switch pass out to the right. It's picked up by Jennings. Jennings back to Stott. Danny Lloyd giving chase up against Hinchliffe. Just slams a boot through it clear. And it's header. One back by Denny sliding in. Sends the ball over to Hawkins. A firmer drizzle coming down now. It's Turnbull. Plays a 1-2 with Smith. And then sends the ball out to the right hand side for Golden. Golden now. Turns. Knocks the ball back to Václav Hladký. And then it's poor touch by Dan Jones, seized upon by Stockport as Thomas gets into the area, sends a cross in. And very frustratingly there for Jordan Williams, it's just behind him. Points over to the fullback where he wanted it. Meanwhile, Salford clear back up the other end to Ben Hinchliffe, former AFC filed man. Meanwhile to Danny Lloyd, played together at the two clubs. His long ball forward, held up in the wind. You can see Now it's spinning, the wind pushing it. Drops quite kindly for Stockport though. That's on the left hand side now. James Jennings back for Stott on the halfway line. And over into the middle. Picked up by Palmer. Maynard all the way back to Hinchliffe. Just outside of his area. Sends it long, just the right hand side. Dan Jones with a firm grip on Richie Bennett there, spotted by referee Peter Gibbons. Will be a free kick in a good area this for Stockport County. Just to the right hand side, John Rooney, rather unsurprisingly standing over it. Although he's got James Jennings coming across as well. Might fancy a go himself. There is the wind to contend with here. It's probably a good 25-30 yards out. Just the right of goal. Going to have to put some extra power into contend with the weather. Will be John Rooney with his right foot. Hooks it very far to the back post. Don't know if he was expecting the wind to push it back, maybe a bit more than it gave him. Either way, ball out, and it will be another goal kick for Salford as we approach the half-hour mark at Edgeley Park. Still Stockport County 0, Salford City 0. Real chances. Slav Hladky called into action a couple of times, most notably the 19th minute, pushing away a deflected James Jennings cross. As Denny this time commits a foul on Connor Jennings. And another free kick for Stockport against that right hand side. It's another 5 yards back. Liam Hogan making his way forward into the area. How effective he can be from set pieces. And look, you've got Richie Bennett in there as well. Lewis Maynard loitering outside the box. Ash Palmer firmly in the midst of the action. It will be Connor Jennings with his left foot to take. Rain still coming down, lashing down as Jennings curls it. It's well claimed by Hladky. No real trouble there. And then he rolls it out into the path of Tyler Golden. Golden 1-2 with Smith. Back to the former Wigan man. And Turnbull. Out to the left to Dan Jones. Forward into Hawkins, not quite to feet. Andrade can't get there. And possession back with Stockport County. Here comes John Rooney. Allowed space to run through the middle. Picks his pass out to the right to Jordan Williams. Former fouled man as well. Misplaced pass in field, return to Rooney. It's picked up by Denny. And Andrade evades the challenge of Hogan. And then gets outside of Rooney. Still going in the middle. Can't get past Rooney for a second time. But the ball bounces. Drops for Martin Smith. Smith now at the left hand side for Lloyd. And Lloyd on his favoured left wing position. Gets past Hogan. Puts a low cross in. It's picked up by Ash Palmer in the middle. And cleared away by the centre back. Only to Denny. Denny out to Hawkins. And return to Martin Smith, sorry. Now it's Alex Denny. Denny out to the right, bringing Golden into the game. Luke Armstrong peeling off the defence as Golden plays the ball through. Can't find a teammate. And it goes for a goal kick to Stockport. New scoreboard being put in out the railway end. Way to our right hand side. Like I said, still no roof at the end behind which the main railway lines are. And Stockport itself. Hinchliffe with the goal kick, centrally positioned, sends it forward, and this time no assist from the winds. Bennett flicks it down. Jordan Williams onto his left foot. It's a good stop by Hladky. And then he's got time to come out to the parry. And knocks the ball out to Dan Jones. Play continuing. It's very impressive highlights from the Czech. Good reactions. Very agile in the air as Jennings brings down Alex Denny. Free kick for Salford, which Denny plays out to the right, asking Golden to come forward onto halfway. Back to Turnbull. One more to Hladky. Collision between Hogan and Andrade. Referee Peter Gibbons signalling a free kick in Salford's favour. Don't think Liam Hogan quite agreed, judging by his sentiments afterwards. Here's Dan Jones to take. Back to Jordan Turnbull. Seems very wet out there, judging by the way some of the hairs are looking. Smith plays the long ball up towards Lloyd. Does bounce down almost for Andrade. Armstrong coming in. Heavy touch. Here comes the Hinchliff to clear for Stockport again. Ball held up by the wind. The storm. Don't know if this is Francis or not. It's named by the Met Office. Starting to play its factor in this game. Jennings back to Maynard. Curls the ball over the top. Headed away by Golden. Bounced into no man's land in the middle really. Picked back up by Maynard. Back to Palmer. Here the thrusters of the planes going overhead as well. They're having to contend with these winds swirling around the northwest. Laughlin. He's passing to Denny. And Denny up into Armstrong. Turns on halfway. Gets away from both Rooney and Lois Maynard. Ball back to Golden. Golden out to the right to Laughlin. Armstrong's made the run ahead. Laughlin through to Lloyd. Into his feet. Armstrong was offside, but Lloyd will take it alone. Slips the pass. Return through for Laughlin. Palmer coming across to cover. He's right down by the corner flag. Does get the clearance in. And it's picked up by Golden. Passed into Denny. Back to Smith. Salford looking for that next gear here at Edgeley Park. Dan Jones out to Hawkins on the left-hand side. Turning back in field. Denny. Denny looking again to the right. Comes to Smith, former Swindon man. Lifting the ball forward, headed away by, and that's James Stott in the middle. Out to the right-hand side. Played forward by Stockport. Finds the feet of Jordan Williams. Gets round Turnbull. Ball into the middle. Again, just in front of Bennett, but it comes to James Jennings. Pull back for Connor. Connor square into the middle. John Rooney taking over possession. Lays it off for Connor Jennings now, wearing the number 10. Back through for Rooney, who stayed up with the attack. Here's cross charge down by Golden. And out for another corner to Stockport County on the left-hand side. Nearly everybody back defending this one for Salford. Everybody is now, as Andrade just takes a step into the area. Rooney with his hands by his side, right arm in the air now. Puts it down and right-footed, lifts the ball in towards the back post. Punched away by Hladky. Maynard ahead of Andrade, gets the header back in. No one attacking yet though for Salford City. And Stockport County, sorry. It will be the goal kick for the Ammies. Wins now in Hladky's favour, but he plays it short for Turnbull. Salford options to play out from the back. Denny square left for Jones. And Jones finds Andrade. Now Hawkins goes forward, as does Lloyd and Armstrong down the middle. Through it goes from Andrade, sits up just behind Lloyd. Onto his left foot, takes the shot across the face of goal. Hinchliff at full stretch. Didn't need to be. What a good effort from Danny Lloyd on his former stomping ground. Just creates himself the space and let fly. Just a couple of yards further in field. Might have been the opening goal here at Edgeley Park, but for now remains 0-0. 37.5 minutes played. Hinchliff. Again, they'll have to contend with the wind. Forward the ball goes. Just above the gantry, it drops into the middle. And it's booted forward by John Rooney. Golden underneath. Under pressure from Bennett. He gets a clearance in to Connor Jennings, looking to pierce forward. It's got a block from Golden from James Jennings' cross. Comes out to Bennett on the left. Now into Rooney. And Rooney being harassed by Denny and Lloyd. Lloyd moves into the middle, pushes Denny to the right to cover that pass that just happened. And then James Jennings into Bennett. Now Rooney, now James Jennings. And now the shot from Richie Bennett, lifted over the crossbar under pressure from Dan Jones. He would have wanted to do a bit better there. Bennett, and 10-12 yards out, you expect him to hit the target. But good pressure from Jones. Did just enough to put the big man up top off. Remains 0-0. A few more chances starting to come. It's Jordan Turnbull now in possession. Ball plays forward by Salford, given away to Hogan. Upon halfway the line now, the former Salford captain returns a pass up to John Rooney, and now Connor Jennings. Out to Adam Thomas on the right hand side, gets round Hawkins, cross goes in, it's headed on by Jordan Williams and headed over as well by him. Played for Jim Gannon at Northwich Victoria during his earlier career. Said his hard-working player will fit well into Stockport's system after signing a 2-year deal and an undisclosed transfer fee from AFC Fylde. Rooney with a nice bit of footwork picks out Connor Jennings. Ball down the left-hand side into Bennett. Bennett with a cross in from the left. It's over hit for Maynard at the back post. And it comes out on the far left-hand side for a throw-in to Salford into the last 5 minutes of the first half now. Still goalless here at Edgeley Park. Not sure if there'll be a slightly different tact for Stockport County in the second half. They played the different 11s in both of their pre-season friendlies so far. Gannon also saying he's starting to get an idea of what his team is. So I don't know if this is what he is thinking, whether he's going to make wholesale changes at the break or whether he's going to try and get a few more minutes out of his players. Andrade looking to break, runs into Palmer. Ball won back by Stockport. Rooney into Connor Jennings. Tight on him is Alex Denny. Jennings works the ball out to Stott. Lloyd on him, but Stott drives forward. Pushed out to the left to James Jennings. Gets inside of Laughlin. Now into the area for the left back. Still going, but he runs into Tyler Golden. Brings the ball out to the right hand side. Now looks to get Salford forward. Lloyd in the middle, receives the ball and turns. Looking out to the left, he's not really got too many options. Looks for Andrade, but he's static on the halfway line. Hogan comes through and wins the ball back for Stockport, and now here comes Jordan Williams driving down the left hand side on his left foot. His cross comes shot, blocked by Golden. Comes down to Laughlin. Now in field for Danny Lloyd. Lloyd has to push it back. Some spray coming up off the pitch as that ball rolled into Martin Smith. Dan Hawkins now on the left hand side. He's got the overlapping run from Dan Jones. Can't find him as Adam Thomas cuts the pass out. And it's back to Liam Hogan. Roll over the ball away from Jones. And passes back to Ash Palmer. Maynard. Back to Palmer again. Palmer lifting the ball long down the right hand side. Dan Jones cuts it out. Doesn't go out to play. It's picked up by Richie Bennett on the right hand side, bringing Thomas into the game. Dummy the pass is still going down the right, but his cross blocked by Hawkins. Bounces down for Dan Jones. Letting the ball bounce up, sends it long forward. Stott heads away. Bruno Andrade coming in. Maynard hits the deck. Referee penalising Bruno Andrade for that. 2.5 minutes to go of the first 45. Still goalless. And the weather significantly worsening from the start of the game. Breeze through this stand as well. Hogan out on the right hand side of the field. Pulls it back for Palmer. Palmer to the left. Stott gets the call from Connor Jennings that he's made the run. So shoving it back by Golden. And a free kick for Stockport out on this left hand side. Again, they'll be looking for quality on the delivery from this area. So for not as physical as maybe Jim Gannon was expecting. 20 minutes interview yesterday. reflecting on pre-season so far and looking to this fixture. You've got Rooney and James Jennings over this free kick. Left and right footers very different. It will be Rooney with his right, sends it towards the back post, headed clear by Salford, and Hawkins on the volley. Just gets it further clear. Controlled by Stott. Takes the touch and turns. Now plays it forward. Headed away by Dan Jones. Hogan overpowers Armstrong, finds Williams, but then Denny Smith right behind him. Williams with the foul on Smith. That'll be a free kick for Salford. Hladky coming up 10 yards or so out of his area, pushing his teammates up into the final minute here at Edgeley Park. Rain coming down a bit heavier now. That's going to hit on the roof above. Hladky running up the free kick, central down the middle, can't find a teammate. Headed away by Stockport, back forward again by Denny, and again Armstrong loses the header to Hogan. Ash Palmer's there to clear up. The ball drops down for Bennett. Back to Maynard now. Lewis Maynard out on the right hand side, turns away from Armstrong, finds Hogan. Hogan into Rooney, and then over to the left hand side it comes. Stott, as there is 45. Stott picks out Connor Jennings. It's not controlled by former Tranmere man. That's just down to Peter Gibbons as to how much at a time he wishes to play. Tyler Golden with the ball in his hands for the throw-in. Checking the watch from the referee. It's Golden, going short to Denny, back to Golden and given away carelessly to Bennett. Stockport break out to Williams on the right hand side. Williams switching back to the left. Jennings trying to slip it through to his brother. And Salford clear that one. The whistle does go for half time, and here at Edgeley Park it's 0-0. Rain absolutely lashing down as the players go their separate ways for the break. Salford in the corporate area underneath the Cheadle end. Stockport using both dressing rooms in the Danny Bagara stand. But 0-0 at the break. Not too many chances to reflect on. It's been quite a tight game from this changed Salford side, and it's quite a strong Stockport side. I think the big ones of note is Václav Hladky pushing away a deflected cross from Jennings, which deflected off Jordan Turnbull quite nastily, bouncing down towards the near post. He was then in action just after the half-hour mark, had to save a Jordan Williams shot from distance, which he parried away then gathered. Danny Lloyd had Salford's best effort just outside the area onto his left foot. It's a powerful enough shot which had Hinchliffe stretching, flashed across the face of goal and out for a goal kick. And then Richie Bennett probably was Stockport's best chance about 6 minutes before the end. 12 yards out, centrally positioned, should have hit the target, but he could only lift his shot up over the crossbar and out for a goal kick. So 0-0 at the break, and we'll be back for the second half at about 4 o'clock. Welcome back to Edgeley Park, where the teams are out in the pouring rain here, ready for the second half of this pre-season friendly. 0-0 at the break, and there have been a number of changes for Stockport County. We'll try and work those ones out. First I can see is that Ben Hinchliffe's gone off, been replaced by a trialist goalkeeper, and Mark Kitching has come on at left back for the host as well. Alex Reid is on up top for one. I'm just trying to see any of the changes. I think Niall Ball has also come on at the top. Harvey Gilmore's on for Stockport, so looks like quite a few changes from Jim Gannon. But here comes Danny Lloyd on the attack for Salford in the early stages, to the corner of the area. Ball's back for Alex Denny. No changes for Salford incidentally, and Denny over to left to Bruno Andrade. On to his right, hits it low. The trials goalkeeper gets down at the post, keeps that one out. First chance of the half coming from Salford. Looking to get out quickly if they can. The ball goes long from Stockport and back through to Salford keeper Václav Hladký. His first appearance for the club. Throws the ball out to Dan Jones, but then it comes off Denny. One back in the middle by Martin Smith. Out to the right hand side to Tyler Golden. Played forward looking for Luke Armstrong. First one back by Ash Palmer. Rain hasn't stopped coming down at half time, starting to come through. A few gaps in the top of the stands here as well. We're down in a lower position. Unfortunately, no room on the gantry due to COVID restrictions. Everyone has to remain a couple of metres apart, so we've got a slightly lower filming position. And our hosts, it's the only way we're managing to bring you the game this afternoon. Thank you for everyone tuning in. So, Dan Jones had the ball out away from Stockport substitute Niall Ball, on for a throw in to the hosts. So from what I can work out, it's the trialist goalkeeper for Stockport. At left back is now Mark Kitching. Ash Palmer, Liam Hogan is still on. I think that's still Jamie Stott at left centre back. Adam Thomas still at right wing back. In the middle of Stockport, Jordan Keane's come on. Alex Curran's on. So they're the two. John Rooney still on the field from the first half. And then up top it is Niall Ball and Alex Reid. Salford now looking to break. Dan Hawkins plays a nicely weighted ball out to the left hand side to Bruno Andrade, taking on Liam Hogan. Now sends a pass to the right hand side, no one there. Frustration from the Portuguese as his pass goes out for throw in Stockport County, deep on their left hand side. No Lois Maynard in this second half. Jim Gannon trying something different with his side, but Salford have started the brighter. For now the ball's brought down in the middle, sent to the right hand side to Adam Thomas. Advancing on the right hand side, he's got the run ahead of him from Harvey Gilmore on a short term contract here at Edgeley Park. Only arrives late last week. Can't quite keep the pass in play, and it'll be a goal kick to Salford. Hladký, he's got Dan Jones short as the option if he wants him. He's going to go long, and he's got the elements to battle with. He sends a low goal kick forward, it just drops down before reaching Armstrong's, headed on by Jordan Keane. Salford win it back on the right. Golden surging forward, trying to put pressure on Stott at the back. Goes back to the trialist keeper. It's curled away into the middle and flicked on by John Rooney. Brought down by Martin Smith. Sent back the other way. Can't quite get to Danny Lloyd. Just a bit too short on that one. And it'll be a goal kick for Stockport. The Salford team then. So Václav Hladký in goal. So back. Trying to work out now. Back four, I think, by the looks of it. Tyler Golden on the right hand side, Jordan Turnbull wearing the captain's armband, Dan Jones left centre back and Liam Laughlin at left back. It's midfield three of Dan Hawkins, Alex Denny and Martin Smith, with Bruno Andrade, Luke Armstrong and Danny Lloyd the front three for Graham Alexander's side. On the bench, Hayden Evans, Alex Doyle, Mo Torre, Tom Elliott, Oscar Threlkeld, Ibu Torre and Brandon Thomas Asante. Mo Torre arrival for the Dev squad. Also of Gambian descent, no relation to Ibu. Now the throw in for Stockport County over on the left hand side here at Edgeley Park, the shadow of the Danny Begara stand on the opposite side of the pitch from where we are. The ball goes back to the trialist goalkeeper. It's won by Liam Laughlin, and then Bruno Andrade picking the ball up on the halfway line. Back to Dan Jones, and Jones now spreading the ball out to the right hand side, looking for Lloyd. Stott intercepted, but Lloyd gets the right side of the former Oldham man. Now passes back for Tyler Golden. Infield to Jordan Turnbull. Striding forward, League Two playoff final winner with Northampton Town. Just a matter of weeks ago, not too long before joining Salford after a surprise release, I think it's fair to say. Here comes Lloyd still, he's got space in the middle, he's got an overlapping run from Laughlin, takes the shot himself straight down the throat of the goalkeeper. Another threatening charge from Salford. Already had more chances in this second half, in the opening 6.5 minutes than in the entirety of the first. So see Graham Alexander urging some more urgency, and it's working. Maybe it's the change in formation to the 4-3-3. Salford just with a few more bodies to work that ball through the middle. Dan Jones heads away, back forward by Jordan Keane, and then comes down to Martin Smith. He's nearly out-muscled by a combination of Keane and Alex Reid, but do work the ball back to Hladky, and now Golden up into Lloyd. Heavy touch takes him into Keane, but he wins possession back, and again a looping run into the middle. So a short pass for Hawkins, tried the Cruyff turn and he sort of gets away with that, but then the pass up is intercepted by Thomas, comes down for Gilmore, and Gilmore out to Reid. Reid, now formerly of Stevenage, finds his way into the area looking to get onto that right foot, can't do so and passes back for John Rooney, moving out to the left hand side, plays a 1-2 with Jamie Stott, Mark Kitching. Doing, and then Lloyd's penalised for a handball, so he got himself in front of Jordan Keane. So free kick for Stockport, just on the left hand side, out the area. Salford trying to hold a high line at the top of the penalty box. The wind swirling around, blowing rain in all directions, no doubt in Václav Hladky's eyes. As John Rooney, the right footer, stands over this. It's good shooting territory, but the free kick doesn't match up to expectations and goes out into the uncovered railway end, bouncing down the sheets covering the seats behind that stand. So Dan Jones over the hoardings to recover the ball in preparation for the goal kick. Rooney, like we said, big part of the Barrow side who won the National League last season, scoring 20 goals in the process before a move back here. The former Everton man had spells over in the MLS as well as Barnsley and Bury. Well known figure in non-league for a few seasons now. Alex Reid's also made a name for himself in the last couple of seasons. He's brought down by Turnbull, but the referee's Peter Gibbons signalled the corner for Stockport County on the left hand side. Reid still teaming down out there and starting to drip through here. Everyone back again. Defending this for Salford, 10 minutes into the second half, still goalless. But John Rooney, with his right foot, hoiks the delivery towards the back post. It's headed down by the Stockport substitute, Niall Bell. And out behind for the goal kick again to Salford. Said famous Salford goal scored at that end when Michael Nottingham fired home. In fact, of the 3 goals Salford have scored at Edgeley Park, all of them have been at that end. So Richie Wellings in a National League North tie in October 2016. And then Jack Redshaw and Michael Nottingham in January 2018 in another National League North tie. Hawkins wins the ball here in the middle. Salford's new crop. Here's Tyler Golden. Plays the ball back over into Hawkins in the centre circle. And now out to the left-hand side to Liam Laughlin. Back to Dan Jones. Will be looking to muscle his way into Graham Alexander's thoughts after only making a handful of appearances last year. He was up on loan at Barrow. It was a useful ball up to Bruno Andrade here. He is brought down by Liam Hogan, who slams the ball into the hoardings in frustration. There will be a free kick for Salford City high on the left-hand side. Peter Gibbons just marking Bruno Andrade's free kick position. In front of the Cheadle end, what would usually, for this fixture, if it was a competitive one, be bouncing, is eerily quiet, and the weather not helping things in that regard. Here is Andrade, plenty to aim at in terms of red shirts in the area. Right-footed, swings the ball in towards the back post. It comes to Smith on the edge of the box. Smith, who's pushed over, he turns though, still looking for the ball. A back heel into the area is blocked, and it's cleared away by Stockport County, by Jamie Stott. Long forward up into Hawkins, plays a 1-2 and gets the ball back on the right-hand side. Trying to slip the pass forward for Lloyd, it's blocked, comes back to Alex Reid. And Reid, who gets past Golden, puts a recovery challenge in. It's a good one. But it has put the ball out for Stockport County throw on the left-hand side in front of Jim Gannon. But that will signal a first change of the afternoon for Salford. Luke Armstrong making his way off the field, and I think that's Tom Elliott looking to come on. A larger physical presence up top for Graham Alexander for the final just over half an hour here at Edgeley Park. Don't know if Bruno Andrade's come a bit more central. Maybe Graham changes the formation. Lloyd playing the ball up towards Andrade. Hogan just stepped out in front of the Salford winger. And the loose ball comes to Adam Thomas. And feeling out to Jordan Keane. Keane across to Palmer. You can see the pitch starting to become heavy. The ball just rolling in a bit more spray. A bit more spongy, this surface. Here's John Rooney. Picks out Adam Thomas. He's in space on the right-hand side. Gets into the area. Gets round Laughlin. Cross goes in. Hladky palms it away. There's also a free kick given. Don't know if that was for a foul by Reid on Hladky. And there's the break for Salford, brings that to an end, and there will be 3 more changes now for Stockport County. Don't know if these are changes at the back. Liam Hogan passing the armband to Jordan Keane, so he'll be coming off. Now being given to Ash Palmer instead. Adam Thomas also coming off, as is John Rooney. So that's now 8 of the starting 11 changed. Jim Gannon. Just work out who's coming onto the field. It's Paul Turnbull. It's number 21. It actually looks more like Sam Walker. Yeah, so different shirt there. Turnbull is on, actually, though, wearing the number 22. Can only deduce that's who it is. And also entering the field is a trialist at right back. Looks a bit like Jack Demon. He used to play for Salford. Don't think it is. He's actually a centre back. I don't know exactly what he is doing these days. But Jim Gannon changing things personnel-wise. He's gone back to the 3 at the back. I don't think he came away from it for the second half. Here comes Stockport though, played just behind the stanchion. It's Bell. Finds a pass in field, but can't find a teammate. Dan Hawkins back to Bruno Andrade. Now Tom Elliott. Can't get past Will Keane. Down goes the Stockport trialist on as a substitute. It will be a throw for Stockport County on the right-hand side here at Edgeley Park. Still 0-0 as we hit 60 minutes. The trialist with the throw-in, looking for Bell. Comes loose in the middle, and then it's nicked away from the challenge by Stockport number 18, Harvey Gilmore. The cross goes in. It's cleared up in the air by Golden. Then Bell brings it down out to the left-hand side, given away to Lloyd. Lloyd gets round to the sliding challenge from Jamie Stott, but runs out of pitch on that right-hand side. It will be a throw into Stockport. Water goes into Reed from Kitching. And Sam Walker with the through ball. It's cut out by Golden. And Smith, again, can't quite find Lloyd. They've struggled to play on each other's wavelength this afternoon. Martin Smith and Danny Lloyd. A few stray passes between them. There will be another throw for Stockport. Down the line it goes. Reed's got the right side of Tyler Golden. It's not a great ball into the area though, and Jordan Turnbull has space to stop it, turn and pick Denny out on the right-hand side. Surrounded by royal blue Stockport shirts, but it has gone out for a throw into the Ammies. The rain continuing to lash down. Sam Walker, over 100 appearances for Stockport, who has been released in the summer, although Jim Gannon said that he can continue training and staying fit with the club. Whether he will sign some sort of deal to play in the National League remains to be seen. Certainly more than capable of it. I'm a great lad as well. Spent a season with Salford. There's a useful header forward from Tyler Golden. Didn't quite fall for Danny Lloyd, but Salford still going here. Golden continuing the attack, slips a pass right again for Lloyd. Just about gets there, down in the corner, and then pulls it back for Denny. He's got time to hit the cross, but he passes in field now for Golden. Can't get away from his marker, but Hawkins picks up the ball. Back to Smith. Smith now out to the left-hand side to Laughlin. Elliott still waiting for his first touch of the game as Smith hoiks the ball in. Elliott gets clear and heads the ball down. It's saved by the trialist. Goalkeeper, who was flagged offside anyway, the big man. Now Stockport get play back underway. Trialist keeper sending the ball to the left-hand side. Out by Golden, under pressure from Reed, signed in the summer from Stevenage. Alex Reed, that on I think a 2-year deal. Salford maintaining possession better than they did in the first half though, knocking it around at the moment. Over it comes to left-hand side to Laughlin. Smith into Hawkins. Play back off to Smith. So a lot more space for Salford to play in again. I think it's that change in formation. Just allowing Salford to play through the middle as Lloyd from the right gets a cross in with his left foot. It's one thing that he can achieve by playing on the right-hand side, cutting back to his left. Swinging the cross in. Now Graham Alexander going to make a second change of the afternoon. Trying to get the attention of someone. So Martin Smith making his way off to the far side. And coming on, I think, is Mo Torrey. The lad in the development squad signed on. Coming on as a right winger. Danny Lloyd dropping to one of the front players in the midfield three. Sitting a bit deeper for now. Stockport play a long ball forward, chased by Darren Stevenson. Not sure who he's come on for. Didn't see a Stockport player go off, so I'll have to try and work it out. So Palmer's gone off actually. For now, Denny picks out Hawkins for Salford. Lloyd coming over to this left-hand side. He's got Laughlin on the overlap. Picks out Laughlin. Back into Lloyd. First time pass forward for Motore. Crunching challenge coming across from Jordan Keane. It will be a corner for Salford. On the left-hand side here at Edgeley Park in front of the Cheadle end. So Andrade takes it short for Lloyd, stops it onto his left, sends the cross in, dramatically headed away there by Paul Turnbull. And then Andrade shadows it out for the Salford throw. On this left-hand side, Laughlin taking over possession. Laughlin gets through his men, can't get past Keane. Looked like the ball might have gone for a corner there, but the referee unmoved. Salford win possession back in a high position. Bruno Andrade into the area, puts the low ball in. Cleared from the 6-yard box by Jamie Stott, out for another Salford corner. The Stockport scream at each other to make sure they're aware of the quick one potentially happening again. Andrade touched it for Lloyd, the outswinger towards the back post, just over Jones. Motore first to react on the right hand side, passing field, picks out Tyler Golden. The ball just ran away from him. He had the shot, it was blocked, and it will be a third corner in a row for Salford City. The referee just allowing a minute for one of the Stockport players to tie a shoelace. Again though, Lloyd and Andrade over to the corner, short for Andrade this time, right-footed outswinger, it's headed away by Stockport and then lifted out to this left-hand side. Will be Salford throw, midway inside the Stockport half. Approaching the 70th minute steadily. Stockport win the ball back and look to break. Bell gets the ball off Reed, who carries on his run. Touch off the outside of the boot into the middle. Turnbull finds Denny. Jones now finds Hawkins. Hawkins into Denny. Gets it back on the left-hand side. His route closed off by Gilmore. Long ball forward. Ball down and played by Jordan Downing, who's on the field. And Jamie Stott has gone off at some point as well. So there's now a complete change in starting 11 from Jim Gannon, just at different points. Stockport with a free kick on the left. Sam Walker up into Darren Stevenson. Stevenson with the low ball in, deflected off Golden, out behind for a Stockport County corner. Over on the left hand side, down in front of their offices usually. Going over is Paul Turnbull to place the ball down. Walker loitering just outside the area. All the strikers in the box waiting for this delivery. Right-footed in swinger from Turnbull, headed away by Tom Elliott. Comes down to Gilmore, put back in high by Turnbull. Aladke trying to get clear, and it's off the line by Dan Jones. I think the last touch came off Bell. He's the one who diverted the hanging cross goalwards. Aladke just got a bit caught there. But Dan Jones well positioned on the goal line to clear. Throwing for Stockport now on the left hand side. Now here come the host. Bell with a powerful shot charged down by Turnbull. Comes to Lloyd. Shout a man on. He finds Andrade to break away on the left-hand side. Lloyd sprinting to get on the overlap, but Andrade goes through the middle. Lloyd screaming for the ball back off Andrade, who can't find Motore with the pass back. And then now Hinchliffe, the trialist keeper for Stockport clears. Hinchliffe played forward by the trialist right back. And then Hladky curls the ball forward. That trialist, his header finds Reed. Reed slipping the ball to the left. It's read and cleared by Golden. Tom Elliott giving chase upfield. It's covered by Stockport's Jordan Downing. Cleared away into Denny. And now Lloyd into Motore. Gets it back. He's got Laughlin on the overlap. Danny Lloyd himself curls a pass into Andrade. Looking for the slip from Tom Elliott, who got in the way of the shot. Ducked in the nick of time. But the goalkeeper had that one covered to push it around the post out for another corner to Salford. 71st minutes of the game, still 0-0 here at Edgeley Park. Andrade still looking for a first goal in a Salford shirt. So he plays the corner short for Lloyd. Cross in. Player down on the decks, Golden. The ball's gone out anyway for another Salford corner over on the right hand side this time. So Andrade and Lloyd, the two wide men, make the way over. Tom Elliott, the obvious threat from these set pieces, but Jordan Turnbull quite handy from a corner as well. Scored against Salford for Northampton last season. As the cross comes in, it's headed away by Sam Walker at the near post, and Andrade wins it back on the right. Gets into the area outside of his foot for the cross. Tom Elliott's in there, can't quite connect. Stockport scramble. The loose ball clears. Play back in by Hawkins, holding up, but this time the trialist goalkeeper gathers in his area. Slams the ball back upfield. Stockport trying to get blue shirts forward. As Reed shoves down Tyler Golden, I think that is. He can be a handful and a feisty player. On loan at AFC Fylde at the end of 2018-19, scored against Salford. In Fylde's 1-0 win towards the end of that season. They made little impacts in the playoff final at Wembley. Seems a very strange twist of fortune for the Fylde Coast outfit to go from playoff final 1 year to relegation last season, back down to the National League North. Jordan Williams has come here, Tom Walker, of course formerly of Salford as well, and Stockport incidentally. They signed at Harrogate Town. In return they've signed Chris Neal, they've signed Nathan Pons, and this afternoon Luke Burgess has joined Fylde on loan until January with the development squad player out to increase his first team minutes. Central attacking midfielder. See what he can do. So now Stockport looking to launch an attack here. Darren Stevenson on the left, to back heel out for Sam Walker. The cross comes in towards the back post. Hladky there to do enough and put off Alex Reed. And the ball bounces out behind for another goal kick to the Ammies. As we approach the last 15 minutes, still goalless. It's been a tight game. This changed Salford side and a strong starting Stockport side. Jim Gannon has made those changes, as we said throughout the game. Salford were just a couple. As Graham said on the weekend after the defeat to Preston, pre-season, you're looking for indicators, you're looking for fitness and progression. It's not necessarily about the results. There have been chances this afternoon, maybe not as many or clear cut as there were on Saturday against Preston, but they have been there. Golden now with a throw on the right hand side. It's away by Stockport, but well won back by Dan Hawkins. Here's a name to bear in mind for the future. Well thought of as that's Lloyd, and Lloyd onto Laughlin. Andrade on the overlap on the left hand side. Gets past the Stockport trialist. Still going as water splashes from the boots. He gets the cross in. Elliott gets across his man. Can't quite find a touch past the goalkeeper. Gets down low to his right-hand side to make the save. There again, it's another chance. Don't know how much Elliott knew about it. Looked to come off the outside of his leg. Now Stockport look to get forward. Bell out to the right-hand side to the trialist. Again, the ball just holding up on the spongy surface. You can see now splashes of water on the field. Stockport will have a throw-in high on the right. Here's the right-back trialist to take the throw. He's got Gilmore short, gets the ball back and returns it again to Gilmore onto his left foot, headed away by Dan Jones. Not really put too much wrong feet-wise in pre-season when we've seen him. As Hawkins dispossesses Walker on the far side, but runs into Darren Stevenson. His slip through for Alex Reid, who slipped physically, doesn't quite reach. Let's all forget the ball clear. It's now with Downing. His pass forward, cut out by Hawkins before reaching Stevenson at the expense of a throw-in for the Hatters. So this season they'll be gunning for that second promotion in 3 years to return to the Football League. It's been a long time in non-league for them. Downing, Kitchen comes forward, back to Walker. Stevenson on the left, cross comes in. It's a bad touch by Denny, comes to Reid. Reid turns, hooks an effort over the crossbar and behind for a goal kick. Didn't have much space to work with there. Hladky seemingly had that covered. Don't think Denny knew too much about the touch, so cut him some slack. Slightly unfortunately positioned. Elliott penalised for a foul. Free kick taken by host trialist. Back to Keane. Keane back to the trialist keeper. Also in purple, still cleared. Trialist right back wanted the ball back and you can audibly hear the keeper there saying what's the point, but it's a mistake here at the back by Salford. Hladky had to come out further than he expected from Golden's pass back. The ball just holding up on the pitch. He made himself big, denied Reid the chance to have a shot on an open goal. Good reactions there from the Czech. Big things to come from him. He's got ambitions as big as the club, he says. Looking for a promotion every season after his move from the SPL. Here's Turnbull with the corner for Stockport. The wind's still swirling and blowing as he lifts it high to the back post. It's caught by Hladky. Stockport claiming it's gone over the line. There's not really much chance that has. Hladky rolls it out to Laughlin. Reid tracking the fullback as Lloyd diverts the pass up towards Andrade, but it's dealt with by Stockport's trialist right back. Lloyd keeping the pressure up on him, but he finds the pass to Reid. Returned for Bell on the right hand side as Reid goes into the middle. Stevenson's already there. It's a missed touch by Bell. Goes out off him. Will be a Salford throw taken by Laughlin. Gets the ball back and then plays it infield looking for Hawkins or maybe Andrade. It's cut out by Sam Walker. Now Kitching into Stevenson. So Gilmore back to Stevenson on the left. Reid takes over, takes the shot, and Hladky again with a save at the near post. It was out quickly, pushed it over the bar, and will be a corner for Stockport. Just starting to turn some pressure up here as we approach the final 10 minutes. Another important save from the goalkeeper though. He's had a few to make. He's answered them. Corner comes in from Walker. At the near post it's headed on, but dealt with by Denny in the middle. Only to Kitching. And waste by Kitching. Looking to play the ball out to the left-hand side. I think that's Gilmore filling in at left back at the moment. Misplaced pass. And the throw for Salford once Golden gets out there. Not much more movement on the Salford bench, the extended bench as it's become. Players right back up in the stand to comply with social distancing. It's a ball through. It's a good one from Bell to Reed. And another good save by Hladky. It's a powerful low effort from Reed, and Hladky's down there. He's bounced down into the turf and up over the goal from just a couple of yards. He's reacting well to these efforts. Alex Reed must be getting frustrated that one of these isn't going in. Another corner though, and the pressure just building still. Still 0-0 into the last 10 minutes. Walker with the corner on the right-hand side, left-footed. In it comes towards near post, and it is headed in this time. Great delivery in from Sam Walker. We know he's capable of that. And it is the substitute, Bell. Might be Reed. They seem to be debating between them who scored. Heads it past. They're the right side of the men to get to the cross. Stockport County 1, Salford City 0. That pressure's just been building for the last few minutes, and eventually the hosts have found a way through. It's the first goal they've scored of pre-season, coming from a set piece. And Stevenson closed down Golden as he looks to play the ball forward. Salford on the counter. Keane being chased back by Motore and Bruno Andrade, but he turns and comes away with the ball. He's blocked off by Dan Hawkins. There'll be a free kick for Stockport midway inside their half. The trialist keeper will take this free kick. 8 minutes remaining for Salford. Again, as we say, pre-season results aren't the most important thing. Says they changed Salford side. Just be disappointed to concede any goals though, whatever the side. It's like he takes a goal kick short to Jones. Jones up to Laughlin. Laughlin looking for Lloyd. He was lost out by Turnbull. Reed pulls it back for Gilmore. And Gilmore's return waylaid and out for a goal kick to Salford. Still the rain team down here at Edgeley Park. Stockport 1, Salford 0. A ground the Ammies have never won at, albeit only 5 meetings have been. Also a famous Manchester Premier Cup tie against Mosley, which Salford came from 2 down, drawing 2-2 and then lost on penalties. Reed now slips the ball to the right hand side for Bell. Bell attempting a shot from a strange angle just outside the right hand edge of the box. Blocked anyway, and there will be a throw in for Stockport on the right. Trialist fullback wearing the number 24 shirt bounces the ball back for Turnbull, and the trialist gets it back again. Infield it goes to Gilmore, left foot, rolls a pass through, finds Reed trying to find the space. The shot goes in, not really any power in it. Like he makes the save and clears it upfield. Not much distance at all on that though. Sam Walker brings it down for Stevenson on the left hand side up against Golden, and the corner goes Stockport's way. Turnbull jogs his way over to the left hand side, ready to take this corner from the left. Stockport still with numbers upfield. Not much run up here at Edgeley Park, only 3 steps or so. So as ball swung into a good area, comes down to the trialist fullback. His shot blocked out for another corner to Stockport. Sam Walker jogging over to the right hand side now for this one. Going to have to retrieve the ball from behind the hoardings. It's the one just in front. Again, still plenty of options. Everyone back defending for Salford. Walker, that left foot, so useful for Salford during his season with us. Curler towards the near post. It comes down into the middle, and Bell, in acres of space, got his feet muddled up. Didn't connect with the bouncing ball. That's work clear by Salford. It will be a throw in over on the right hand side. Back to Turnbull. Stockport pressing high upfield as Hladky with a low clearance into Walker. Bounces off him awkwardly, and Elliott wins. Salford a throw in on the right hand side. Now Lloyd coming away. We've got Laughlin on the left hand side on the overlap. Liam Laughlin returns the ball up, looking for Lloyd, holding off his marker. Who's the trialist. Returns the ball down the left for Laughlin. Hoiks the cross in towards the back post. Don't know if that came off the crossbar or if the spin's taking it, but Dan Hawkins slides to try and keep the ball alive. As he did so, you can see the spray from the water that's starting to gather on the pitch surface. Will be a goal kick for Stockport into the final 3.5 minutes here at Edgeley Park. Salford City's 4th pre-season friendly. Not too long left. A week on Saturday the season begins against Rotherham United. Salford fans, season tickets still on sale. It includes a pass to stream home league games only, as your season ticket would have guaranteed you entry for. That's available to watch online on mobile and tablet. Sorry, on desktop and laptop computers only. It's not available on mobile and tablet when the season begins. Do read through the terms and conditions. Head to www.live.salfordcityfc.co.uk. All the T&Cs are on there as to how you can stream. If it does suit your needs for the start of the season, then head over to salfordcityfc.co.uk/tickets for information about this season's package. There are also exclusive sponsor offers and discounts, and when football is coming back to return, of course season ticket holders will have a priority. Cross comes in from Laughlin, flicked away by Stockport, almost came down for Golden. Stevenson too close to him, and now Stockport break. It's 4-on-3 here at the moment, with Bell on the left hand side, cuts in onto his right foot, hits a low shot straight down the throat of Hladky. Alex Reid standing there asking, why don't you look up and pass? Which I think he's well entitled to. Hladky meanwhile gets Salford going back the other way. Motore gets the ball off Lloyd, now square for Hawkins. Back to Denny. Denny out to the left hand side to Lloyd. Lloyd's going to take on this trialist right back. Laughlin's off on the overlap. Lloyd plays the ball in field to Hawkins. And Hawkins now moving down the left. He's got plenty of options. And the end goes back to Laughlin, back to Denny. And Denny up now to Hawkins on the left hand side looking for the run. It comes in from Elliott into the area. Now he passes back out for Lloyd. Red shirts wait in the middle. Lloyd back to Elliott on the corner of the box. Tom Elliott back to Danny Lloyd. A good sliding challenge from the trialist fullback. Will be a Salford throw high up on the right hand side in the closing stages of this game. Hawkins into the area on the corner, gets round the early challenger Bell, but then the cross is too high and wide for anybody to reach. It will be a goal kick for Stockport County once the trialist goalkeeper has retrieved the ball. It's the final minute here at Edgeley Park. Seems like the conditions, well, certainly the rain's eased off a bit, still coming down in light drizzles. The wind's still swirling around this historic ground. Keeper now with the goal kick forward. It's over Dan Jones all the way through. Back to Václav Hladky. He rolls the ball out to Liam Laughlin. Now Laughlin on his way forward. ball held up maybe by the wind. Attempted out to Hawkins. Loses possession to Stevenson. Stevenson cutting inside, still going the winger. Stockport as well for a few seasons. The ball comes back, cleared again by the goalkeeper. Slammed out to the left-hand side. 2 minutes to be added on here at Edgeley Park, according to the fourth officials board. I didn't realise we had. Andrade gets past his man, steaming down the middle, but the recovery from Mark Kitching, the former Hartlepool man, allows him to pass the ball out to the try list on this right back side. Very well, you can hear how soggy it is just down in front of us. Andrade puts a good challenge in. Lloyd holds off the challenge from the fullback. The free kick goes. Lloyd wanted the advantage, but Andrade will set up the free kick for Salford. And they'll leave it off for Denny. Denny plays it short for Andrade. Lloyd's free on the overlap, but Andrade still working his way to the area. Now he finds Danny Lloyd. Lloyd with the cross in, doesn't beat Keane at the near post. Puts just behind for a corner to Salford. Maybe a chance for another late equaliser at Edgeley Park. We've seen it here before. Back in January 2018, the last meeting between the sides. Now Andrade and Lloyd stand over this corner. It's tapped short for Danny Lloyd. In comes the cross into the middle. It's just in front of Turnbull, just away from Hawkins. Put back in by Motore. But high, wide and over. Maybe that was the last chance for Salford in this match. Played 80 seconds of the 120 extra. The ball again. The keeper taking his time to put it down for the goal kick. Down it does go. Everyone clustered over on the left-hand side of the pitch as the goal kick's taken. Dan Jones rise early, heads away. Rose early, should I say. And it will be a throw for Salford on the right. Hawkins gives it off to Golden. Over on the far side, shadow of the Danny Bagara stand. Throw comes in. Golden gets it back to Turnbull, but as he does, there is the referee's full-time whistle, and the full-time score here at Edgeley Park is Stockport County 1, Salford City 0. That goal coming in the 83rd minute from either Alex Reid or Niall Bell. One of them got on the end of Sam Walker's corner, and that brings to an end Salford's fourth game of pre-season, Stockport's third. An evenly matched contest throughout, more chances in the second half. See a change Salford side. Graham Alexander getting a good look at some of the players who've not had as much time yet in pre-season, so he'll draw his assessments and make his conclusions from that, no doubt. And Salford next fixture to be confirmed still of pre-season, but that big kick-off is Saturday, September the 5th, a week on Saturday at the Peninsula Stadium. It's against Rotherham United in round 1 of the Carabao Cup. All the details are on the website, but we said that will be streamed online for £10 for a match pass. For league games, it's included in the season ticket cost for league games, not for cup games though, so not for the Carabao against Rotherham United. Again, all the details on the website. We'll make that as clear as possible.